Sorry, folks. I'm still waiting for Andrew's bridge crossing teeter-totter video. What can I say? He's a busy man. But I will post it once I get it. Someday. And now, batteries, batteries, batteries.
I can't tell you how many times I look positive, black, black, red, red, and the picture symbols, plus, plus, minus, minus, 5 times before I clip something together, because that's how brain dead I am. I don't want to like blast myself up. I'm happy today that I no longer have to fill gas in a live engine. I can't tell you how many times I've done that thinking that fire is going to start. You can't put the cap in your pet carrier and not put gas in your pet carrier, because if it spills into your engine while it's running, fire. So I have to let gas, if it splashes, splash all over my in my pet carrier, which I'm okay with to avoid a fire.
Day 5, part 2.
It gets to the point where you can't stop revving. So then I have to find somebody, ADV, Fierro, girls, lawn, whoever, I think that's all who's there. As I'm having a meltdown, zipping around like a maniac in circles going, can somebody get off their bike and help me? That's how it started. Then it turned into, can somebody get off their bike and help me? Just riding around like a maniac, like a circus, like a clown in a circus, just out of my mind. Oh, because I hadn't eaten, because I couldn't stop riding anymore because my bike will die, and every time it does I have to jump it, and then the jumper I had, the things are so big they don't clip on, so I need somebody else to just hold them on. I don't have anybody else. I'm solo, so I knew I can't let the bike die, and I don't want to let the bike die because I have to take all this stuff off. Anyways, I'm having a attack, and I finally calmed down enough to get close enough to ADV so he can hear me, because they're like, yeah, we know, like the road's closed, because they're there at the bonus photo and the road's closed. Is this Ben? Yep. Hi, Ben. Oh, slow down. I'm tired, so I don't want to get in somebody's turn space, you know? Ben's a great rider, but yeah, I didn't want to get in his turn space. We're faster, so I'll pass him a little bit later in a minute. Also, GotMojo said he was kind of riding a little steady this morning until he's ready. Thank you, Ben, for all your help. Ben diagnosed my stator 2 days ago. It's like, I told you, and like, sorry, Ben, nothing, my brain is just, nothing works. I probably didn't want it to be the stator because there's nothing way I could fix it, so. But maybe I would have figured out this battery situation beforehand. I think he took out that bird. I think he took out that bird. I think that the bird hit his bike. I'm not sure. He's hitting his head. Is they got a bird on his bike? Did it hit his leg? I don't know what the hell happened there. Whew.
Flash forward to later that day. Yup, GotMojo hit that bird all right. Here it is. Poor birdie. He didn't mean to. And now back to ADV, Scooter, and Lon helping me.
So, okay, I'm back on the bike, my hand's in the throttle, and they're like, okay, they're going to help push me off the center stand, which they do. My hand's on the throttle. The back tire goes, right? Because I'm like going. And then I go, that's not good. I roll off the throttle. Guess what? Too far. Bike's dead. I'm like,
the famous GOPAM. Trouble on the road.
On her knees again.
Trouble on the road. Trouble in bars.
And I undo the thing again, and I jump the thing. Thank you, ADV and Lon. So thank you for everybody's lost time and helped me on this damn thing. Riders look out for each other, that's for damn sure. So we jumped the bitch again, and then I'm like, can I follow you out of here? Because I don't know where the I'm going if the route's closed. I don't know what to do. I have the trick tracks, but like that's it. And I'm saving my phone. Like I'm in trouble, you know. They're like, yeah. Then they get me back on route. I think I'm cool. So I'm like, thanks guys, and I go to rally ahead. And then I realize road closed. I'm like, so I had to rally back and catch up with them. I did. Like I said, full watt, baby. So then I'm riding with them, and then roads are closed, and we're getting photos, and all my checkpoint photos are in the cradle, but if you get the check-in mark, they're accepting those bull photos. But the point photos, bonus point, you gotta get the picture, otherwise you don't get I missed one yesterday. I think I only missed one yesterday. So that's pretty damn good considering what a show it was. So I'm following Brook, ADVscooter, and Lon. Since there's so many roads out, there's so many detours closed, he's got to figure out a way to get us back. He finds this gravel road, and I'm like, oh, here we go. Like, I can't stop revving, guys. And then brakes, like, I have to rev and brake. Like, what? Brook is like, oh, shit, I'm leading. And he told me later, he's like, oh, now I'm leading her down a gravel road. We'll see how this goes. Like, he didn't know if I could keep the bike up. I didn't know if I could keep the bike up. I didn't think I was going to keep the bike up. I was like, well, I'm going to do my my damn best. So I'm following Brook. I think he got some footage of that. He put his camera up. And I hope he did, because I was riding that gravel. And then at the end of the gravel, long red gravel road, there's a stop sign. And I'm like, great, with a concrete road, back to pavement. But I have to, Brook's obeying the law of the land, which is smart, because cars could come by. I didn't see any. And in my helmet, I was yelling, go, 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 because I can't stop. And I knew I can't brake in that freaking gravel. So I was trying to slow down, and I wasn't slow enough, and not stop at that stop sign, and make sure I don't see a car, and get through it alive in a turn without spilling. I did have to use double brakes on the gravel, and I did it, and I didn't fall, and I was like, hooray, oh my God, pavement. And then not long after that, another red gravel road, and basically the same scenario at the end of it, and success again. But I was like, are you kidding me with this, guys? Like the road closures, and then the gravels, and then the revving, and at some point finally we get through all the photos, and then I just need to get to the hotel. And God bless ADV and Lon, because they had to go off route to get the hotel, and I'm looking at my Garmin, and I don't see that pink line anywhere, and I'm just following them. But we're on the freeway, and I was so mad, in my helmet. I was spent, and I was like telling myself, you gotta breathe, and I was, and I go, get rid of this attitude right now. Don't go to the hotel with this fucking attitude. You're so right now. And I was telling myself, you need to be grateful that your bike is running. You need to be grateful you're making it to the hotel. Like, you get rid of this attitude right now. Well, you know what? I couldn't talk myself out of it. I was in the bad attitude, real bad. Oh, and the whole survival thing too was, I thought GotMojo's on the truck, and when I broke down and I said I might need the truck if I can't make it run, Cheryl's like, join the club. She broke down. So then I'm like, oh, in my mind, they were both on the truck, and that's 2 spots, and there's no spot for me. So that added to my manic level, stress level of like, I gotta make this work. And I had a spot on the official truck, so there's that. But I was like, I just was doing everything I could, raccoon, to make this work. So yeah, so we get back to the hotel. I take my check-in photo. I'm riding around like a circus clown, like a bear on fire on this thing, going, where's the barbecue party? Because there was a barbecue party at a shop, and it's PowerPac. That's had a welcoming party. They opened their service shop to help us riders, and they made barbecue for us, and they welcomed us, and it was really awesome. And Corey and Lincoln helped me. I was like, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? And of course, I don't think anybody can hear me. They don't know what I'm doing. I'm screaming my head off, and then I just give up, and I go, and I'm so frustrated because I knew if I parked the bike, it's going to die. I have to jump it to then get to the shop. And that's why I was so mad. I just wanted to ride to the shop, and I can't search for it. I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go. So that's what happened. And I haven't eaten because when I broke down, I took off my hot rain gear that was cooking me, and that was my meat pocket. So then when I hit the road again, I had 0 food, and I had barely eaten, and I need to eat. So I was in a food crash because of that. Here's a Dan that helped me. He helped me with my gas cap this morning. I had to text GotMojo. He was waiting for me. I went to go get gas. Couldn't get the gas cap on. And I was like, what now? On my spare red can here. And I had him help me, Dan there. He had trouble too. So thank God it wasn't just me. I go, so it's not just me. He's like, yeah, I don't know why this isn't going on. And he's like trying to match up the grooves. And I go, dude, I'm having the weirdest problems. Welcome to my world. And then he goes, GOPAM. He goes, this better not rub off on me. Otherwise I'm going to kill you. It's like, everybody's seeing all my problems. Like, I got a lot of problems. I was like, I hope they don't, man. I go, thanks for helping me, But he got my gas cap on, and he told me the trick. You have to line up the grooves. Apparently now it's so finicky. You have to line up the grooves, the groove start thing with the inner cap and the outer body, and pull the spout part up and do the black thing perfectly like that, and then you can get it on. What that means is slowness and precision. Slowness and precision to get that on. And I've been doing everything manic and fast. But not today. Today is new dawn, new day, and it's going to be ride your own ride day. Yeah, so I got back to the hotel, hot mess. I just laid down. I started shoving a food bar in my mouth. I cried. I was being a bitch. Meltdown. ADV adjusted my throttle cable so that when it releases down, when you let it go to nothing, that it still idles. Because we assumed I would have the same problem today, and we had to get rid of that always have to rev situation. So thank you for that. And he was like troubleshooting a bit. and he gave me a jump again, and I left all my shit in the parking lot on the ground, I think. I don't even remember. Some of it, I don't know. And I talked to Lincoln in parts. Lincoln, you're just a gentleman, and I know he's like, whoa, you're nuts. And Corey, I thought they were service, and I was in the wrong place. And then I went to service. Service had 9 bikes ahead of me. I go, can you squeeze me in? He goes, I might be able to, but really, I don't think I can. But if I can, I'll come find you. And right then I knew, nope, that means no. When I saw the stack of service orders, I'm like, oh, I'm screwed. So then I go back to parts. Like, okay, Lincoln, here we go. So I bought the 2 chargers to charge my old batteries in the hotel. This is our new plan. And everybody's like, you don't need to buy another battery. And I'm like, I'm starting with a new battery. I deserve it. Like Cannonball, like GotMojo said at the beginning, any problems you have, you got to throw money at it. So you guys, it's not a cheap excursion. So yeah, I've been throwing money at this thing. And I charged them in the other batteries in my hotel last night. That was my buddy, roommate Andrew. Andrew gave me his scarf to wrap around my Die Hard battery, which is in my seat bottom. And then the other one I put on the trailer chalk because Cheryl's bike is out of commission, so she's riding in the truck, and they're not leaving first thing. Might as well get some more sleep, right? They're gonna just put that in the truck, and I got everything I needed last night, so I wouldn't need them this morning. And come to find out, I forgot last night because I had the bigger jumper thing I had to carry. I got rid of my clothes bag. Andrew put it in the truck for me. Totally forgot. So last night as I was switching out my rain gear because it's hot today. So I was grabbing new underwear and trying to think what I needed. And I was like, oh, I already have socks and shirts in the clothes bag, which I really didn't know I didn't have anymore. Last night I always put out what I'm going to wear so it's ready, and I try to pack everything up so you're ready to go, right? So everything's tidy. I was like, oh, shit, I don't have any clean shirts. And I don't have any clean socks, but I do have clean underwear. So I smelled my shirts in my bag, and they all smell like crap. And I smelled the shirt I was wearing, sweating adrenaline all day yesterday, which, by the way, is a shirt with The Walking Dead on it. Very fitting. And I smelled my socks from yesterday, and the stuff from yesterday smells the best, and that's probably because it hasn't been sitting in a plastic bag in my hot bike. So I'm wearing the exact socks and Walking Dead t-shirt that I wore yesterday, and I know that's dirty as hell. I've been wearing the same sports bra, all day 5 now. Like my whole laundry sitch, just a mess. My whole system of carrying stuff, a mess, because I brought too much stuff and I've had to improvise. Okay, let's see. I guess I do need it down here. That's why you need it like that. So when you get it up, you can rest. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Probably saw me adjusting that. I think somebody twisted that down for me, and I'm like, that ain't right, and twisted it back up. Somebody was looking out. Because I put this on, walked away, and I'm like, why is it twisted like that? Somebody was looking out, probably GotMojo. He's like, she doesn't know what she's doing. Riders are always looking out. Like when I turned off AT Texas's bike when he left it on. See something, turn it off. Dan dropped the glove. I'm like, your glove? And then I realized his other glove was on my bike. So I'm like, here's your other glove. After he went back to the pump, after putting this thing on. I met Greg from Florida a couple of times, and now I remember your name, Greg. Jim from Florida, met you a couple of times. Saw you again in the hotel lobby. Now I remember your name, Jim. I'm trying to remember everybody's names, and it's hard, but I want to. I care about people and names and people. Names, faces, people are important to me. Carl had a horrible day yesterday, and I'm so sorry, Carl. I'm going to shed a tear. It's going to make me cry because you're such a good guy, and I'm sorry that happened to you, and you're so awesome, and thank you for helping me. You are just an all-around incredible guy. So I love you. I hope you heal well. Thinking about you, I'm going to think about you all the way to the end. I'm so glad I got to meet you in person. I can say this for so many people on this journey. Just incredible people. I called my wife. I had a meltdown on her voice machine. I talked to her later, cried a bit. She's like, so you having fun? And I was like, well, I'm not quitting. Right now you're hearing the meltdown and the shit show. I go, but there's been some really glorious stuff. And that's the thing. I have to remember all the good stuff. Like when I was riding and hauling ass and seeing the beautiful Michigan. And I really wanted to ride the Mackinac Bridge, and I got to. So Cheryl's scooter is on the truck for good. She's out. She's a sport truck. They rescued Mary. She's in great spirits. She's okay. At one point she went down. She's okay. Her bike is dead. She did say, I hugged her and I said, I'm so glad you're okay. I'm so glad to meet you. And she's like, I do plan to see you at the finishing line. I'm like, oh, great. Because sometimes the riders, when the bike's done or injuries, they got to go home. I'm having some incredible experiences here. And I have to remember those. And I keep joking around like I need to stay positive, like my battery should be.